Hello. Welcome in. I'm Tammy Mashtaberty, best-selling author of the book The Universe is Talking to You. And I'm dismissing Facebook. And help people get unstuck using easy, simple, spiritual tools. And I am so excited to be here today. Because I've been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, and finally the Get Unstuck Toolkit is here. So I'm going to be talking about that today, and I'm also going to be sharing with you a story about how I wound up creating the morning prayer that has been used for years, and then I put it in my book, so it's in The Universe is Talking to You, which is sort of the basis for all of the prayers that I say. And hi, Pam. And I want to share how that actually came out of me being stuck. So all of the spiritual tools that I teach, all of the spiritual tools that I use myself, right? They come out of a need in my own life that I then change. Hi, Michelle. That I then change and structure and use and teach. That's sort of how everything works for me. And so that's how my morning prayer, it came out of my own need. All of the tools come out of my own needs, and everything that I want to do for myself, I want it to be easy. I want it to be doable. I want it to fit into my schedule. A lot of these tools I created when I was working full-time in New York City. So I was up, I was out of the house, I was commuting into New York, which was an hour each way. I may work from home now, or I may work for myself now, but I know what it's like to have a crazy schedule, right? So everything in this Get Unstuck Toolkit, before I get into the stories behind it, is designed to, here comes the cat, is designed to be done in minutes a day. So the link is in my bio in Instagram to get it. It's only $37, and if you sign up before November 17th, you get a free masterclass with me on finding and clearing limiting beliefs. That's literally alone is like a $97 value. You're going to get that free with the $37 Get Unstuck Toolkit. But Facebook is also, the link is in here. YouTube, it's underneath. You can also just go to getunstucktoolkit.com and it'll take you to the right page. So the toolkit itself has prayers, it has focused gratitude exercises, it has meditations, it has a clarity guided meditation, a video course, an energy and protection guidebook, so many different things. And it's dedicated to 8 different areas of your life. So there was a time when I was stuck in every area of my life. So you may be listening to me and saying, Tammy, that's great. I'm glad you have tools specifically for abundance. I'm glad you have tools specifically for relationships. I'm glad you have tools for health and healing and for parenting and etc. But I'm stuck everywhere. I've been there, okay? I have 100% been there. There was a time in my life where I was working a full-time job. I just mentioned I used to work in New York City. And I was working in New York City, and I was an executive editor at a magazine, and I love the magazine industry, but I got more into these spiritual tools and more into the spiritual world, and I just wanted to spend more time in it. And I wanted to teach and write about that. And so it just got to a point where I was just not happy. I was not happy. I remember crying on the way to work on the train, thinking like, why can't I get out of this, right? How many of you are in a job and you're like, but this, I need the paycheck. I can't leave right now, but I need some kind of a plan to get out. All of the tools are there in the toolkit to help you. There's a whole section on career and purpose. At the same time, my health was tanking. At the same time, I hadn't been in an intimate relationship in a while. Dates were not working out. My family used to be the one that would say, oh, if I ever went out on more than one date with somebody, then this was a big thing. Because I would just go out on one date and decide that wasn't it. And why pursue it? I'm a Virgo. I don't know. I can't help myself. So I was stuck in every area of my life. And so I was into these spiritual tools, right? I was using these spiritual tools. I was using them. Obviously, the toolkit has an easy, structured way for you to do it all, right? I was using them in the same tools, but in different ways. I've now created a very easy formula for you to follow. But I started using these different tools. I started getting clear and gaining clarity. I started so that I knew exactly what I wanted, right? Because otherwise you're shooting missed signals at the universe. The universe can't partner with you and help you. I started using the power of prayer. I was meditating. So many different things that are in this toolkit. Gratitude, but focused gratitude. Not just gratitude to have gratitude, but gratitude that is focused on the area that you're stuck. So I started using all of these tools, and I'll never forget, all of a sudden, I'm going to say 4 months maybe after I really hit a bottom of like, I have to do something. Things have to start changing. And I started using tools. All of a sudden, an idea came to me, an opportunity presented itself. And you guys, that is how the universe works. That is why in that Get Unstuck Toolkit, I include 8 customized prayers, calling in the exact angels, goddesses, saints, etc., that work in each area of your life to help you. And so I started using prayer and specific prayer to help me in these certain areas. Really, I was focused on career and purpose first. And that's what I tell everybody with the toolkit. Pick an area that is the top area for you that you need help with, and go through the toolkit. You get a whole micro video course that walks you through it. Go through the toolkit in that first area. When you start seeing movement, and you will, you can go back and use it again and again for all the different areas, because there's tools for each area. So I had focused on career and purpose, and I'll never forget, there was somebody in my office, in my job, that was doing it was like a contract worker. So she worked out of her house. Nobody ever saw her. All the years that I worked there, I think I saw her a handful of times. And she was out on freelance, and she had a contract. So she would produce an X amount for X amount of dollars. And she decided to leave the company. She had found another job somewhere else. And a light bulb went off on my head, and I was like, and I remember my boss at the time saying, the company is not looking to hire more full-time workers. They're looking to hire more contract workers. And a light bulb went off, and I was like, I want to go out on contract. Because at the time I had already started Elevated Existence Magazine, which is now a website only. I was doing the work, and I wanted to do the work full-time. I didn't want to do it part-time, right? I had a full-time job, and that work was part-time, and I wanted it flipped. And so the light bulb went off, and I thought, this is what I need to do. So I went in, I talked to my boss. It took a few months to work it all out. I was able to leave that job with still a paycheck. I took a pay cut, but I was able to leave that job, work on contract, and build Elevated Existence to where it is now. And now I have a book and all of this other stuff, right? But it was because of these tools that I'm teaching, that I do teach, that are in that toolkit. Let me get to the prayer. So, and here's the thing, you guys, this is why I created the toolkit. You're going to get stuck again. Like, that's how life is, right? We move, we hit a wall. Now we need to use the tools again because we need to move forward. So in my life, there's many times that I get stuck, but I go back to these tools that I know work. And then all of a sudden, I'm harnessing the power of the energy of the universe and the resources available to all of us. And now I'm moving again. So the morning prayer, I had already left my job, and I was doing the magazine, and I had taken a pay cut in my job, right? So I was still, struggling in terms of growing the business, making more money to make up for that pay cut. And I remember I was like, what am I missing? What am I not doing right? What else should I be doing to grow this, to make more money? And after my morning meditation one morning, I just sat, right after the meditation, and I said a prayer. And it turned out to be my morning prayer. And what happened was, I always say to people, don't just pray for, and if you know the morning prayer, you know what I'm talking about. It's in the Universe is Talking to You. And it has an intention section in it. And by the way, all of these prayers that are in the Get Unstuck Toolkit, you could just put into that intention section if you're already doing the morning prayer. But I sat there, and I didn't just say, fix all my problems, wave a wand and let everything be okay. I literally said, please send me the signs and synchronicities to guide me, to move me forward. Please line up the opportunities and the people. Help me see what I'm not seeing so that I can move forward, so that I can take the action to then move forward. And please help me recognize them when they arrive. That was really my prayer. Please send me the signs and then help me recognize them when they arrive. That was the essence of the morning prayer. And then, of course, I put in any intentions that I was working on, or that I was struggling with in my life at that time. And then I ended it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all you've done in the past, all you'll do today, all you'll do in the future. Amen. Within a week or two, I started seeing movement. And I'll never forget, this was years ago, you guys. This was probably back in 2012 that I first created this prayer. And so I literally I got an idea, and I started pursuing that idea. And that idea turned out to be the Living an Elevated Existence Mind, Body, and Soul Summit, which, by the way, is starting season 9 in January. So I've been doing this for 9 seasons. But I had this idea. And I'll never forget. Now remember, I'm praying, and all of the prayers in the toolkit have that same premise to it of please direct me, please guide me, please send me the signs. So now I'm praying, send me the signs, not, let me follow them. Let me know, not only direct me with the signs, but let me know I'm on the right path, right? Because that's how signs work too. Sometimes we question, am I headed in the right direction? Am I doing the right thing? Am I with the right person? Should I make this decision? And the universe can send us signs to let us know we're on the right path. And so I'll never forget, I was on the phone with my now friend, Dana, talking about starting a summit, which I'd never done before in my entire life. And I know the universe brought her to me because she popped up one day, and I reached out to her because she had done summits. And luckily enough, she agreed to talk to me, and now we're friends. We're in a mastermind group. It's a whole other thing. So, and I talk about Dana actually in the universe is talking to. So I'm on the phone with her, and I'm saying, okay, I think I'm going to do this, and here's my plan, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going through this whole thing, and I'm still in the back of my head thinking, am I crazy? Is this something I should be doing? A friend of mine texts me who's sitting in the doctor's office, and she hears the song I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack, which is a true sign from my mother. I've known it was a sign from my mother, from right after she died. And now anytime I hear that song, I know my mother is encouraging me to move forward, because I hope you dance is, don't sit it out. I hope you dance. I hope you go. I hope you participate. I hope you live. And so she texted me from the doctor's office. I don't know what you're doing right now, but the song came on in the doctor's office, and I know it's a sign for you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This is crazy. I'm on the phone trying to figure out if what I'm doing is the right thing, and here you are telling me you just got a sign from my mother. So that's the power of prayer. That's the power of asking for help and calling in the help. That's only one piece of getting unstuck. But that was the behind the morning prayer. Then I started sharing it in classes and my blogs, and people started using it and going crazy. So the Get Unstuck Toolkit has brand new prayers. 8 brand new prayers for 8 different areas of your life that will call in the specific help that specializes in money and abundance, career and purpose, bringing in new relationships, repairing a relationship, parenting issues, anxiety and fear, depression and loneliness, all of it. I have specific prayers. And you guys, that's what I do today. I was literally recently stuck, I want to say a few weeks ago, and I was trying to hire someone new to help me with something. And I've always wound up struggling in this area. And I thought, I am going to sit down and create myself a prayer to call in the right people for this specific thing. And I did it. And I literally said this prayer every day until I found the right person. And I know it's the right person. And it's been amazing. And I know that saying that prayer made a difference. So this toolkit has prayers. It has the focused gratitude exercises. It has so many other tools. It gives you a meditation to do to get clarity in any area, because you need clarity. Otherwise, the universe doesn't know where to direct you. If you don't know what you want, if you don't know where you want to go, if you're not sure what it will look like or feel like or have any idea, how can the universe direct you to it? How can it send you the signs to direct you to it? So that's in there. And these are all pieces that I have used over the years to help myself. And the biggest thing that I hear from people is they can't move forward. They're running in circles. They're stuck in a certain area. And so I thought, what can I put together that can help people and can be a constant resource that people can go back to and back to and back to? And that's where the idea for this toolkit came from. And it's literally based on things that I have done in my own life, used for myself, used for my clients. If you go to getunstucktoolkit.com, or you go to the link in my bio and Instagram underneath YouTube, or the link in this post on Facebook, you'll see testimonials of people that have used the toolkit already. And that's because those in my membership community got a sneak peek of it. And they were able to start using it earlier this year. And that's where those testimonials came from. And I was beyond floored at how wonderful the results have been. And so I'm so excited to put it out there, and to put it out there for only $37. And it's amazing. And so again, it's all based on my own life. It's all based on things that I have done to get unstuck. And again, you're going to get stuck again and again. It's not like, I'm unstuck. Oh my gosh, everything's amazing. Everything's going so well in my life for the rest of my life. Now I'm 90 and things are still wonderful. You're going to get stuck again, because that's growth, right? That's what happens is we bump up against something and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure which way to go. Or, I thought that I wanted this and now I'm here and, I'm not as happy as I thought I was going to be. Now I want something different. You go back to the prayers, you go back to the gratitude, you go back to getting the clarity, you go back to the limiting beliefs. There is a video here on limiting beliefs. And again, if you purchase this toolkit before November 17th for only $37, you get a free 60-minute class with me on clearing and uncovering your limiting beliefs, which I have all new tools on that as well. So, and that's, like I said, worth at least $97. And again, I wanted to do that because I wanted to expand on that piece too. Because limiting beliefs, I could do a whole video just on limiting beliefs, because it's a whole situation. That's a whole other animal and another ball game. But I cannot explain to you the power of only minutes a day using these tools to get unstuck. And I've seen it again and again and again and again in my life, in my students, in my clients. People come to me one-on-one sessions to get a custom prayer, to get their limiting beliefs, to get clarity. I help them with that. And again, I wanted to put it together in something that was going to be easy to use and that was going to be a tool or a toolkit or a toolbox that you could go back to again and again and again. And that's what this is. So check it out. Again, the links are all over. Again, you can just go to getunstucktoolkit.com. But the power of prayer alone, and I always say, if you do one thing that I tell you to do, if you just say the prayer and call in the right people, if you just do the focused gratitude, focusing on the area you're stuck, if you just get clear and get some more clarity, if you just look at some of your beliefs and some of the because your beliefs will stop you every time. When you're trying and trying and trying, your beliefs will stop you. If you just look at those beliefs, if you just look at the energy protection and clearing, because you guys are carrying around other people's energy, other people's stuff is keeping you stuck. If you just look at that, if you just look at one of the pieces in this toolkit, you will see a difference. The power comes from the formula together. And again, it takes only minutes a day. Because we're busy. We are all busy. And we want to take time to use the spiritual tools. And we know that they work. And we know that if we use them, we might see a difference, right? But it's hard to use them sometimes if we're saying you need to take 2 hours out of your day to do this, or you need to take an hour out of your day to do this, or whatever it might be. And that's why everything I do is simple and easy. I think it's the practical Virgo in me that creates tools that are practical and easy, but they work. That's the thing. They work. And that's why I get so excited about them. And that's why I share them with everybody. So if you have any questions while I'm on here live, let me know. If there's anything, that you are stuck with, let me know while I'm here. But I wanted to just come on and share about my morning prayer. If you do read my book, it literally came out of me being stuck. And then what happened was that formula that's in the morning prayer, I expand upon, and there's that intention section in, and that's where I add in all of those people that or angels or goddesses or higher helpers, and I always think outside the box with higher help, right? Like I always say, if you're having an issue with your Mac computer or your iPhone, why are you not calling in Steve Jobs to help you figure it out? He created that stuff, right? He's on the other side now. So I think outside the box when it comes to calling in higher help, because I feel all these resources are available to us, and it has never failed me. Just these custom prayers alone make a huge difference. But again, when you stack them with everything else, that's when magic happens. That's when things start happening quickly, and you're like, oh my gosh, why was I not doing this before? And I have to remind myself too. Like I said, I sat down and created a prayer myself when I was trying to hire somebody for something. I'm like, Tammy, go back to the tools. You need to create a prayer. You need to focus gratitude in this area. Like I go back to these tools myself, and I use them all the time. So that's why I did 8 different areas in the toolkit, because you can go back to it all the time. That's what I love about it. And that's what's sort of like a no-brainer about it, is that it's literally something that you're not going to buy and never touch again. You can go back to it and go back to it and go back to it. I go back to it all the time. I enact the tools all the time. I just did it a couple weeks ago. So that's what I wanted to share with you. All of my stuff comes from me being stuck. All of my stuff comes from me struggling. And then I figure something out, and then I teach it to other people. That's what happened with the morning prayer. I said it, and I was like, wow, this worked really well. I think I'll write a blog post about it. This was back in 2012. I think I'll write a blog post about it. And then everybody went crazy. And then I started talking about it and teaching it and doing classes on it and saying it with people. And then I was flooded with emails saying, can you send me that morning prayer? I know you said it during the class, but can you send me the written version of it? And then it just sort of took off on its own. But the toolkit has brand new custom prayers in it. And I'm actually working on a book right now, a new book. I have no idea when it's going to come out yet. But I'm working on a new book that is gonna be filled with all different prayers and all of that as well, because it's really such a cornerstone, I think, of everything that I do and everything that I teach, and all non-denominational, because we have these resources and this energy available to us, and we need to remember to tap into it. We need to remember that we came here knowing these resources were available, and that we have all of this energy around us. Everything is energy, good, bad, and indifferent around us. And when we learn how to tap into it to help ourselves, everything starts changing. And it only takes minutes a day. It doesn't take a lot of time to use these tools. I think that's the biggest thing I hear from people, is that, even especially with meditation, you may have said this yourself, I don't have time. Tammy, I don't have time. I'm rushing around in the morning. How am I going to sit down for 20 minutes? Tammy, I don't have time. I'm rushing around at night, or I'm exhausted. I can't even think. You want me to sit and try and meditate? I'm going to fall asleep. That's why in this toolkit, you get mini meditations, meaning they're like 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Everything is designed to be simple and easy and quick, because we don't have the time. We don't have the time. Life is crazy. Life is getting crazier by the minute. It's November. The holidays are coming. Mass craziness. So everybody has a couple of minutes. Everybody has a couple of minutes. So that's what I came on here to share with you guys. I'm so excited that it's here. I'm so excited that I can share these tools with you. I put my heart into this. I spent months creating this and putting this together. And when you get it now, you get to join me for that live class, which I'm also very excited about, and I can't wait to see you there. And that's happening on November 17th. And of course, you'll get the replay of that class as well. And that's going to go very deep into finding your limiting beliefs, because I promise you, they are stopping you from moving forward. They are keeping you stuck. So thank you guys for being here with me today. And have an amazing weekend. And again, try that Get Unstuck Toolkit. See, I promise you, if you use one of the tools, and there are many, you will see a difference. And then email me or message me and tell me, because I love to hear what's working and how it's working. And I love to hear the stories of how all of a sudden ideas have come to you, all of a sudden opportunities have come to you, all of a sudden signs pointed you in the right direction, and now you're moving forward. I never tire of hearing sign stories, and I never tire of hearing how all of a sudden, something happened by magic, and now you are headed in the right direction, or now you are feeling better. So please share them with me. And thank you for being here. And I hope you guys have an amazing and beautiful weekend. I am going to be busy putting away all of our Halloween decor from the party that we had. I posted some pictures on Instagram stories and Facebook stories. I'm not sure if you guys saw them. Hopefully you did. But it was crazy. So now literally all weekend we're going to be packing up for that, and then putting stuff out for, yes, Pam, and putting stuff out for Thanksgiving, and then everything comes down, and then it's Christmas. Like I said, the holidays are nuts. So why not get unstuck now before January? Imagine where you could be. I promise you, it won't even take you that long to start moving forward and to start seeing a difference, and making the next year better. I'm so excited about it. I can't even begin to say. Hi, Cindy. So please try it, use it. You get to join me for that free class November 17th when you purchase it before that, and then report back to me and let me know how it went. Email me, message me on social media. I read everything that I can, and I love hearing the stories. So thank you guys for being here. I will see you next time. You can go to getunstucktoolkit.com to check that out. And do not underestimate the power of a prayer, my friends. I will see you here next Thursday at noon Eastern again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Bye, everybody.